850, Big 550 KTRS. This week started Friday at the Repertory Theatre of St. Louis. It's Fly, which is a story about the Tuskegee Airmen. It started Friday, and it runs through November 10th. It's at the award-winning Repertory Theatre on the campus of Webster University. To preview it or to critique it is none other than our very favorite Judith Newmark, St. Louis Post-Dispatch theater critic. Good morning, Judith Newmark.
Hey, how are you, girl? I've missed you.
I've missed you. Is the martini finished, or did you just put it down for the morning?
Just put it down.
Okay, good. Are you still in bed, or are you out of bed yet?
What do you think?
I think you're still in bed.
It's the crack of dawn. Yes, I am here in bed.
Okay.
And I am thinking about what a great show they got.
All right, hold on a second. Is your black mask off, or is that still on?
Oh no, I can't talk with that is like the cone of silence.
Oh, okay. All right.
No black mask.
All right. So the black mask is off. The martini's down. You're still in bed. Are there big, giant, bulky men with like giant leaves fanning you right now?
Oh, if only. No, there are big, giant dogs surrounding me.
Okay, well,
maybe I should train them to have fans. Huh?
I call them men, you call them dogs. Either way, all right, fair enough. Let's talk about Fly at the Repertory Theatre. What I saw it Thursday night. What did you think?
Well, I thought I have never seen anything like this. You know, it's a very simple story, and it's the kind of story we've seen before.
Right.
But the way it's told, there's nothing like it. There are, you saw it, so there are these blades. They surround this stage like the blades on an old-fashioned airplane,
right.
And they have projections on them.
Mm-hmm.
And when the clouds, because they're supposed to be flying, I swear you think you're flying.
Mm-hmm.
And then because the men are in the military, and these are black men, they were this part is true. They were the first black men to serve aviation in the U.S.
Right.
military. So the military says, hold it in, don't say anything, you have to maintain a certain demeanor, but they were told constantly, this is a terrible idea, none of you can do this.
Right.
They can't express their feelings. So there's a tap dancer. They call him the tap griot, and he expresses their feelings for them. And we know that no one can really see him, but we can see him. I just thought it was such a great device, such an imaginative way to tell the story.
I almost thought of him as the angel of death, too, sort of hanging around waiting for these guys to fall out of the sky.
But he loved to fly, too.
Right.
Remember that one scene when the clouds are all around him?
Right.
Angel of death, maybe a guardian angel.
Right. Some type of angel of some kind of whatever.
Yeah, he's not real.
Yeah.
But the guy who plays him, Omar Edwards, he's real. What a dancer.
Yeah. I at the end, I teared up. I couldn't help it. I teared up at the end.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah.
But I'm easy.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed.
That's what I was hoping for.
This is not a musical. Although, yes, there's a tap dancer in it, but this is not a musical. But people burst into applause. The way you do it a musical after a beautiful song.
Right.
When that one scene when they're in Alabama, they're getting their training, and they have to go through the woods, and they know it isn't safe for them.
Right.
When they finish that, the way and so the men start to sing to reassure themselves in the way you do in the dark. It was everybody just went crazy as soon as that number was done.
It's what they can do and the magic they can create on that stage, Judith, is nothing short of a David Copperfield trick.
That's right.
Yeah.
I and think of it. There aren't 10 guys in that show.
Yeah.
It's just a very few actors and one dancer and a brilliant design team.
Yeah.
So production-wise, do you think this is like one of the best that the Rep has put on?
I think it's one that will. Maybe certainly in visual terms it is.
Yeah.
I think, and I also think it's one that's going to have huge appeal.
You're right. Young, old, black, white. It's just a great story. They tell it in a great way. But I got to tell you, I've seen a number of plays at the Rep. It's impossible to pick one over the other because they just, every single one, they truly bring it.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. You know, the next show that opens a couple of weeks is Freud's last session. That's
Right.
going to be two actors talking. It's totally different. It'll be downstairs. And but that's the way the theater is, don't you think, McGraw?
I love
you
that.
gotta,
You're right.
Yeah, you got to take each one on its own terms.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Judith Newmark, when is your have you filed your
I have.
review yet?
I think it went up yesterday, and it's supposed to be in print today, but I would have to actually wake up to know that.
Well, when you get up at the crack of noon and you put down your martini, pick up your newspaper that showed up at your front doorstep and check to make sure.
It is online right now.
Stltoday.com for the theater critic extraordinaire, Judith Newmark. What's coming down to the pike? What are you going to be reviewing in the next couple of weeks?
I am really looking forward to Fly and to this. Okay, there's a group called Offsite Theater. They do shows wherever they want, and they're going to do a show that is also a trivia game, and it will be at a church in Soulard. So and it's called The Trivia Job. I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
There is a terrific show right now at New Line called Night of the Living Dead, which is exactly what you think it is.
Where?
It's a zombie play, and that's in Clayton.
There's a zombie play in Clayton. All right, that's good to know.
Yeah,
All right.
and I don't know if anybody, they may have well sold out the whole run, but boy, Evil Dead the musical at Stray Dog, that was hilarious.
All right, so
those are all going to run through our new holiday of theater, Halloween.
Yeah, all right.
Everybody's got a Halloween show.
So you're telling me Night of the Living Dead is not airing at Cafe Napoli in Clayton?
No,
Okay.
This is at the Washington University South Campus Theater. It's a little less glamorous. There's not any, delicious Italian food involved, but it's a really, really interesting play. And that one is not for kids.
Unlike The Fly and some of the
Yeah,
others. All right, good.
like Fly.
STLtoday.com is where we will read your review. Also in the hardcover that shows up at your doorstep today, St. Louis Post-Dispatch theater critic Judith Newmark. All right, Judith, pick up the martini, put the black mask back on.
Black mask goes back on.
Turn the lights off, and we'll talk to you next time.
Okay, good talking to you, Ross.
Judith Newmark. She is a true original, and she's our friend.
Oh, my gosh. She's like my new favorite person.
Isn't she unbelievable?
Yes.
She's one of a kind. There's no way to describe Judith Newmark to anybody.
No.
But she's a star waiting to happen.
She's fabulous.
And no one knows what she looks like.
I was going to ask you, have you met her?
No.
In person?
No.
You haven't?
No. She stays out pretty late.
Yeah.
And I'm a normal person. She's a vampire. She gets going about 8 o'clock. She's ready to roll. And then, of course, there's all the cast parties and the, backstage passes and all
She's
those
a woman
types
about
of things.
town.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll go to, Sardi's after the event, and, she'll get home at 3 o'clock in the morning. So she's got a lampshade on her head dancing with Tom Hanks, and, we're all asleep. But that's the life of a theater critic in St. Louis.
The story she has to tell, I'm sure.
Oh, my goodness, right?